Hello guys, welcome to QA Studio. In this tutorial series, we are going to start REST Assured API testing. And in this tutorial series, we have completed the first video. And in that video, we see the system setup for the REST Assured API testing. First, we need Eclipse in our system. Then we have to download the TestNG library. Then also we have some dependency like TestNG, REST Assured and the JSON simple. And this dependency we have to download for the Mvn repository. Means this type of the dependency is for the TestNG, this dependency is for the REST Assured, and this dependency is for the JSON simple. After that, we have created the one simple Maven project. In that project, there is a pom.xml file, and in this pom.xml file, we have to copy this dependency from the Mvn repository. In this video, we will see that how the REST Assured work. As you see, these are the complete URL. Now we have to learn that what is the base URL, what is the resources, what is path parameter, and what is query parameter. First, we see this part. This is the protocol. And from this to this is our base URL. Means this is our protocol. This is our domain name. This protocol plus domain name is equal to our base URL. Means these are the base URL. Now, what is the resources? Resources means for this URL, resources is user/2. Now, what is resources? Resources means it is a collection on the server on which we have to access the data. What is the resources? Resources means it is a collections on the server on which we have to access it. Then, what is the path parameter? Path parameter means it fetch the particular resources, and in this URL path parameter is a 2. Means we have a multiple resources, means we have the multiple collections or the collections of the data on the server. From that server we have to fetch the particular data, and for this path parameter is used. Here if we type 2, then it will fetch the second user from the collections of the data. Now we see what is the query parameter. Query parameter means it is used for the filter purposes. If we have to see that how many resources present on the page 2, then we write like at the question mark page equal to 2. Means after question mark, the data will be our the query parameter. And as we see, base URL means it is the protocol plus domain name. That is, this is our base URL. This is our resources. This is our path parameter. Path parameter means it is particular, so it fetches the particular resources. And the query parameter, after question mark, the data will be our query parameter, which is used to filter the resources. I hope you understand all the component of the URL. Now, if interviewer asks what is the component of URL, you can say that base URL, resources, path parameter, query parameter. Now we have to see the HTTP method. HTTP method means there are a different type of method like put, post, get, delete, patch. Also, we said CRUD operation. CRUD operations means C for create, R for read, U for update, and D for delete. CRUD operations are performed using the post, get, put, and the delete method in the REST API. We see what is the post method. Post method is used to create a new resources on the server. Get method is used to get the or read the data from the server. Or put method is used to update or modify any record entirely. Here one question is formed that what is the difference between put or patch? Both put and patch are used to update the resources. Put method is used to update the resources entirely. But if we have to update the resource partially, that time we use the patch method. And the delete method, as the name delete, it delete the resources from the server. I hope you understand all the HTTP method which will be the use for the REST API. Now we see header. Header means when we create the request, it also the send header information to the server. We say that it is the additional information which is passed between the client and the server along with the request or the response. Header will be the key value pair or can be the key with a multiple value. Now we have to see what is the payload or the body. Payload means when we send a request from the client to server side, if we have to create the request or have to update any information, that time we send this information. Means that time we send the information which we have to write in the body or payload. So we can say that payload means it will be our body. First we see there are the different steps. First step is we have to create the request with all detail. With all detail means we have to write the base URL, resources, path parameter and the query parameter. After that there is the second step. Second step will be the we have to send this request to the server over the network. And the last step will be the when we send the request to the server, we get a response from the server and we have to validate that the request. HTTP response means in the HTTP response, it consists the status code, response code, header, response body. As we already discussed what is header and what is body, now we have to learn about status code. There are the different status code. Like when we get a status code in the 100 series, then it will be the informational. When we get the status code in the 200 series, then it will be the successful. When we get a request in the 300 series, then it will be used for the redirecting to another URL. When we get the status code in the 400 series, then it is a client error. And when we get a status code in the form of the 500 series, then it will be the server error. Server error means the error occur from the server side. Now, in the REST API testing, we use the gherkin keyword. Gherkin keyword means we have to write the test cases in the form of given, when, then. Given, when, then keyword are used to describe the test case. First, we see BDD. What is BDD? BDD means it's a behavior driven development. In BDD, gherkin keyword we use for the test case writing. BDD use the test cases in the natural languages that not even programmer can read. Mean non-technical person also can read the test cases. Rest assured support BDD format, that is we have to write the test cases in the form of given, when and the then statement. Now we see in the given statement we provide the all input detail means like base URI, header, path, parameter, query parameter, request body or the payload. Means we say that in given we have to write the precondition for our test cases. In when we have to specify the resources, HTTP request method like post, get, put, patch. Means here we have to write the what action we have to perform. In the then we validate the response, that is response code, response time, response message, response header and the response body. Means in the then statement what outcome will be here we have to get, means it will be our result. So we take a one example. We take this URI, that is reqres.in. In this, we have to create the GET request over the network. After clicking this GET request, we get this request body and this response body. Now, in this URL, we have to describe the following detail like what is our base URL, what is endpoint. So this is our base URL. But when we click on any GET request, we get a request body and the response body. When we hit the request body, we get the complete URL. Now this is our complete URL. From this complete URL, now we known about what is base URL and what is the endpoint. This is our base URL and this is our endpoint. So after sending the request, we will validate the response code, also print the response body, response code and the header. Now we will write the test cases in the Eclipse. In previous video, we discussed about this project with this test script and we have created the two test cases. That is, this is the test case 1 and test case 2. Now we will create another class and in this we will create our test cases. We have to send a GET request. So we will write the class name is get demo. In these test cases, we have to create the one test cases. Here we are using the test ng, so there is no need to write main body here. We have to write our first test cases, that is public void test case 1. This is our first method. In this, we will write our test case. First, we have to save our response in a response variable, that is rest assured dot get. Here we have to paste our URL on which we have to send a GET request. From this URL, we will select any GET request. In the guest body, we have to hit this URL and copy this complete URL and we'll paste here. Now this response will be saved in this variable, that is response. Now we have to print this response. So for that we have write this out response dot as string. It will print our response. Now we have to print a body. For that we write body response dot body, sorry, get body. as a string. We have to print here in a string format. So we write get body as a string. Now we have to print time of the response. So time response dot get time. It will print the time. Now we have to print header. Header means type of the header. Get header. And here we have to type the type of the header, that is we have to print the content type. So I will write here the content type. These are all information on which we have to print on the console. Now we have to validate our response code. Then we will see how we'll validate our response code. Response code means we have to validate is it successful or not. If the response code is successful, then there the status code will be the 200. We will save our status code in the status variable. Now we have to validate or verify. For the validation purpose in test-ng, we use the assertion concept. So we will use the assertion. Assert dot assert equal here our actual, that is expected. Here we will validate our actual status code status. In this way we validate our the response code, and this is our first test cases. Now we see its result. So we have to execute it. After executing on console, see our first test case will be the pass. This is the response. This is the body of our test cases, the time. This will be the header, and our first test case is the pass.